Hello everyone, today we want to talk about top 10 Catherine Zeta-Jones movies. Number 10. The Rebound, 2009. Director Bart Frundlich. Stars Justin Bartha, Andrew Cherry, Lynn Whitefield. A newly single woman, Catherine Zeta-Jones, becomes involved with the much younger man Justin Bartha she hired to take care of her children. Great acting, both by the adults and the kids. You can't help falling in love with Justin Bartha, and this is some of the best performances I've seen from Catherine Zeta-Jones. Interesting storyline, nice imagery of New York City, and a movie I want to see again. IMDb 6.3, Rotten Tomatoes 44.
Okay, are you sleeping over?
No!
Oh well.
Number 9. Entrapment, 1999. Director John Amiel. Stars Sean Connery, Ving Rhames, Will Patton. Insurance investigator Virginia Jean Baker, Catherine Zeta-Jones, looking into a stolen Rembrandt painting, suspects that accomplished thief Robert McDougall, Sean Connery, is responsible. She decides to go undercover and help Mac steal an ancient artifact. When a suspicious Mac confronts Jean about her real intentions, she claims that she is in fact a thief and that the insurance job is a cover. To prove it, she proposes a new target that could net them $8 billion. IMDb 6.3, Metascore 54, Rotten Tomatoes 45.
Give me the spot!
What?
The wrench!
They find that disc.
Number 8. Intolerable Cruelty, 2003. Director Joel Cohen. Stars George Clooney, Billy Bob Thornton, Jeffrey Rush. Miles Massey, George Clooney, is an exceptional divorce lawyer who specializes in saving cheating husbands from having to pay expensive settlements. Unchallenged, he wearies of his life until he meets the cunning Marilyn Rexroth, Catherine Zeta-Jones. When Massey's representation of her husband in court denies her and divorce compensation, Marilyn vows to get revenge, enlisting the help of an oil baron, Billy Bob Thornton, and the two V from the advantage in a flirtatious duel of wits. IMDb 6.3, Metascore 71, Rotten Tomatoes 62.
I would be delighted, honored really, if you'd...
Howard!
You named him after your ex.
I'm sentimental.
Number 7. No Reservation, 2007. Director Scott Hicks. Stars Aaron Eckhart, Abigail Breslin, Patricia Clarkson. Master Chef Kate Armstrong, Catherine Zeta-Jones, runs her life and her kitchen with intimidating intensity. However, a recipe for disaster may be in the works when she becomes the guardian of her young niece Abigail Breslin while crossing forks with the brash sauce chef who just joined her staff. Though romance blooms in the face of rivalry, Kate needs to look outside the kitchen to find true happiness. IMDb 6.3, Metascore 50, Rotten Tomatoes 52.
And what makes you think I want to take it away from you?
What else could you possibly want?
Number 6. The Mask of Zorro, 1998. Director Martin Campbell. Stars Antonio Banderas, Anthony Hopkins, Jose Maria de Tavira. After being imprisoned for 20 years, Zorro, Don Diego de la Vega, receives word that his old enemy, Don Rafael Montero, has returned. Don Diego escapes and returns to his old headquarters, where he trains aimless drunk Alejandro Murrieta to be his successor. Meanwhile, Montero, who has secretly raised Diego's daughter, Elena, as his own, hatches a plot to rob California of its gold. IMDb 6.8, Metascore 63, Rotten Tomatoes 78.
Dora is a very spirited dancer. Spirited. Thank you for putting it so delicately.
Number 5. Ocean's 12, 2004. Director Steven Soderbergh. Stars George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts. After successfully robbing 5 casinos in one night, Danny Ocean and his crew of thieves have big problems. Despite pulling off one of the biggest heists in Las Vegas history, the members of the gang have already spent much of the money they stole. Casino owner Terry Benedict demands that Ocean return the money plus millions more in interest. IMDb 6.5, Metascore 58, Rotten Tomatoes 57.
Another thief.
Well, there's nobody we know that would violate rule number 1.
What we do know is we need a job. We need a high-paying job.
Number 4. Side Effects, 2013. Director Steven Soderbergh. Stars Rooney Mara, Channing Tatum, Jude Law. For 4 years, Emily Taylor, Rooney Mara, has awaited the release of her husband Martin from being imprisoned for insider trading. Finally, Martin comes home, but Emily feels just as bad as she did when he was incarcerated, and she sinks into a deep depression. After her failed suicide attempt, psychiatrist Jonathan Banks prescribes a series of medications. When those don't work, he gives Emily a new medication, but the drug leads to ruined lives and death. IMDb 7.1, Metascore 75, Rotten Tomatoes 76.
With what? You said she has no memory, no criminal intent. They can't do.
Number 3. The Terminal, 2004. Director Steven Spielberg. Stars Tom Hanks, Chi McBride, Stanley Tucci. When Victor Navorsky, Tom Hanks, an Eastern European tourist, arrives at JFK in New York, war breaks out in his country and he finds himself caught up in international politics. Because of the war, the Department of Homeland Security won't let him enter or exit the United States. He's trapped at JFK indefinitely. While living at the airport, Victor falls for a flight attendant, Catherine Zeta-Jones. She may have feelings for him too, but what good is love if Victor can't leave the terminal? IMDb 7.4, Metascore 55, Rotten Tomatoes 68.
Okay. And this apple,
Big apple. Big apple.
the Big Apple, represents the Liberty Rebels.
Number 2. Chicago, 2002. Director Rob Marshall. Stars Renée Zellweger, Richard Gere, Ty Diggs. Nightclub sensation Velma, Catherine Zeta-Jones, murders her philandering husband, and Chicago's sleekest liar Billy Flynn, Richard Gere, is set to defend her. But when Roxy, Renée Zellweger, also winds up in prison, Billy takes on her case as well, turning her into a media circus of headlines. Neither woman will be outdone in their fight against each other and the public for fame and celebrity. IMDb 7.2, Metascore 81, Rotten Tomatoes 85.
It's Roxy.
Yeah, sure. Just kidding.
Hey, did you get my trial date yet?
Listen, kid.
Yeah, at the top of your list, right?
Before we talk about number 1, please subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. Number 1, Traffic, 2000. Director Steven Soderbergh. Stars Michael Douglas, Benicio del Toro, Jacob Vargas. A contemporary thriller set in the world of drug trafficking. Traffic evokes the high stakes and high risks of the drug trade, as seen through a series of interrelated stories, some of which are highly personal and some of which are filled with intrigue and danger. IMDb 7.6, Metascore 86, Rotten Tomatoes 89.
It should be, it's yours. I want our debt forgiven. I want to be the exclusive distributor of Obregon Brothers cocaine in the United States.